What is going on, guys? Got some footage for you. It's a pull workout, max effort pull workout that we did today, and I filmed a lot more footage than usual, and made the video long on purpose because I'm gonna answer a bunch of your guys' questions from the Q&A request I had on the a previous video. The video was called Ask the Online Coach. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and answer questions that I believe that are best and will help out majority of you guys. And I'm reading these right off of that video, your comments. Let's see. Alright, this question is from XHaveHeartTX. Does genetics play a minor or major role when it comes to bodybuilding? Alright, genetics, I wouldn't say a major or a minor. I think it would be right in between. If you're looking to compete, if you're looking to do bodybuilding competitively and do a bunch of shows, one thing genetically that will not be able to be changed by the way you train or even drugs, you can always change how big your muscles get, but you will not be able to change how your muscle bellies and your tie-ins look. That's a genetic makeup that you cannot control. It's what God gave you. And you can control your body fat, how shredded you get. You can control how much size you put on, but you cannot control how your muscle bellies look like. All right, that whole thing with isolation movements, lightweight squeezes, focus on the contraction that will change the shape of your muscles. That is false. How do you implement the 5x5 training into your routine? Okay, it's just pretty much by the weeks. I'll choose a compound movement, and just every week I'll do a 5x5 routine, 5 sets, 5 reps. For example, like bench press. So I'll find a weight that I'll be able to do about 3 sets, maybe even 4 sets, 5 sets, or 4 sets of 5 reps. Okay, and for example, like 275. Say I get it 4 sets of 5 reps, and then the 5th set I know that I won't be able to get 5 reps, so I'll do a back down set. So I'll bump it down about 5%, 5 to 10%. So I'll bump that down to let's say 265, and then get the 5 reps. Still going to be a struggle, but I'll be able to complete the 5 sets of 5. So the following week I'll go at it again and try to get 5 sets of 5 at 275. Okay, that's pretty much how I do it. I've done it on squats, deadlifts, overhead press. It's a good way to build strength. I wouldn't do it all the time. I would, really switch up your rep ranges and your volume amount. Should I watch my sugar intake? In my opinion, if you're religious with your macronutrients, and you have, especially if you're cutting, if you have a certain amount of carbs, a certain amount of protein, fat, it's pretty hard to have a shitload of sugar in your diet, especially if your carb intake is, your carbs are limited. And your sugar could be coming from good sources, good nutrient-based sources like fruit. Okay, you can get a shitload of sugar from fruit, and those micronutrients will do you good. So what I'm saying is, if your carbs are limited, it's going to be pretty damn hard to have a shitload of, you know, sugar from Pop-Tarts or cookies if you want to be successful at counting your macros and changing your body composition. So I would say don't mind your sugar, but do get majority of your sugar intake from micronutrient dense foods like fruit. And then if you can fit, you know, some pleasurable foods like Pop-Tarts or cookies, then go ahead and do it. Do you cycle game day? With any pre-workout, yes, I do. I will cycle off for about a week just to give my my adrenal glands and just my sensitivity to caffeine a little break. With any type of pre-workout or stimulant, you will get kind of used to the ingredients, and you'll notice that the effects will start to diminish a little bit, like you will get immune to it. So I do cycle off my fat burners and pre-workouts for about a week, 2 weeks, just depending. This question is from Mike Dewar. He said, Big Ray, hey man, your form is fantastic. I noticed on your negative part of lift is slow and under control. I know time under tension and progressive overload is what you preach. Obviously you're taking some tension off when you stop at top of squat and bench, for example. So what's best for someone trying to make gains? Slow and deliberate or quicker with constant? The reason why I stop and release that tension for a squat or a bench is to reset, to reset and get my breathing right. See, at the top of a squat or a bench rep, I'm resetting and taking a deep breath to fill up my diaphragm and use the Valsalva maneuver. If you guys don't know what that is, Google it, Valsalva, Visalva maneuver, and it'll make sense to you. This question is from Chris Mundo. This is my first time bulking, but I tend to gain fat fairly easy because of my hypothyroidism. With that being said, how would you go about adjusting your macros on a mini cut? Would it be the same as reverse dieting to a regular cut? A simple yes or no would suffice. With any moves on dieting, guys, make minor adjustments. Nothing over the top. You know, when you adjust your macros, make little adjustments, like your carbs, 10 to 25 grams, fats, even smaller amounts because they're more calorie dense. Fat is a more calorie dense macro, so you know, 3 to 5. And then same thing with protein. Your protein can pretty much stay about the same even when you're cutting or bulking. Take your lean body mass, which is your weight minus body fat, just everything else, and do about 1 to 1.25 pounds per body pound, per lean body pound. Alright, so with any moves on dieting, make baby steps, guys. Very minor adjustments, and sit and watch your body and watch the scale and see how things respond, and then go from there. Rod Victoria. Coach, what do you do when you get sick? Do you train through it, or do you allow yourself to rest? Recently got sick for about a week and a half and lost 6 to 7 pounds. That combined with lacking appetite makes me think I lost a good amount of muscle. Good news. If you're getting a decent amount of calories close to your maintenance while you're sick, you shouldn't lose too much muscle. A lot of it's going to be water weight and glycogen from not getting as much food as you usually do. But when I do get sick, well, I mean, I'm really critical on the definition of sick and getting sick. Okay, if I'm sick and I have a fever and I'm just totally out of it, then I will take, at least 3 days or up to a week to just let my immune system come back and fight the cold. But if I'm getting sick, what I'll do is I'll just maybe take a day off, double my vitamin C for the day, and I usually take about 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C on the daily with my food from a supplement. If I feel like I'm getting sick, I'll double my vitamin C and make sure that I get enough sleep every night and just rest to make sure my immune system just fights back and fights that cold that's coming. But yeah, if I'm totally sick, have a fever, I will take a break from the gym and just be patient, let my body do its magic and fight the cold. The last thing you want to do is go in the gym, feeling like shit and not even being able to be productive. So you might as well be patient, fight the cold, and come back when you're 100%. Okay, Felipe Olivera, this is a good basic question that pretty much will answer a bunch of other questions. So, how do you calculate your macros for bulking and cutting? Alright guys, pretty simple. The first thing you want to do is you want to find out your maintenance calories. Okay, if you're fresh and you haven't dieted down and ruined your metabolism, your maintenance calories should be pretty close to a lot of the calculators out there. One calculator that I like using is Harris Benedict. That formula will be pretty close. It's based on your age, height, and your weight. And your activity level for the week. So find out your maintenance calories. Okay, and then depending on how clean you want to do it, meaning not clean like food, but keeping your body fat under control. Okay, if you don't mind putting on a little bit of body fat, not even a little bit, but more of the higher side of body fat, then you don't have to be so conservative on your caloric surplus. So for bulking, you need to be on a surplus. You can start off at like about a 300 calorie surplus and see how your body responds there. That's enough to actually be able to build muscle. Your body at the smallest, about a 300 calorie surplus, you'll be able to build muscle, but it'll be a nice, lean, slow process. Okay? To cut, you need to be in a caloric deficit. So you can start off at a 200, 300 caloric deficit coming from your food or cardio, and watch your body and see how it responds. Watch the scale, and if you start losing weight on a 200, 300 calorie surplus, then stay there. The second that your body starts, or the scale slows down, then you have to make adjustments like more of a deficit from your diet or more of a deficit from cardio. But I suggest keeping your cardio as minimal as possible. Save it for your training. You don't want to be, you're not a cardio trainer, you're a weight trainer. So burn your calories, make your deficit from your diet and your weight training. Okay, so make baby adjustments. There's no need to put yourself in 1,000 or 1,500 caloric deficit or surplus right off the bat. Make baby adjustments and watch your body and see how it responds. How many grams of protein and grams of fat per pound should you eat when bulking? Okay. What I have done, there's a lot of different suggestions out there. You just Google this question. But in my experience, I have pretty much done for protein 1 gram to 1.5 grams per lean body pound for protein. And then fat, anywhere between around 1/4 to, half per lean body pound. Alright, so you gotta pretty much just play with it. But while you're bulking, like I said in the previous question, or my previous answer, make baby steps, okay? And see how your body responds. There's no need to make drastic changes, especially when you're cutting, okay? When you come out of a bulk and you start cutting, there's no need to just drop your calories drastically. Leave yourself room to play and see how your body responds. So keep your, let's say you're 200 pounds, and this is just in general. I don't know what your macros were when you were bulking. Say you're ending a bulk and you want to start a cut. Okay, find your maintenance calories if you don't know that already, and give yourself pretty much as many carbs as you can fit after you calculate your fat and your protein. Okay, guys, because carbs is not your enemy. Carbs is going to help you keep full by leading to good weight training performance, lifting as heavy as you can and maintaining that muscle mass. The second that you drop your carbs too low and too fast, your performance in the gym while you're weight training is gonna take a plunge, and that's gonna lead to not maintaining as much muscle mass as you want during your cut. Because remember, your goal while you're cutting is to keep and preserve all the muscle mass that you've earned and worked hard for during your bulk, your caloric surplus time. So you want to cut body fat, but you want to hold on to your muscle. Alright guys, so that wraps it up. I will see you guys in the next one.